My technique of speech is deep, like Leviathan, hitting up your block with rhymes, rapid firing, shooting for the platinum, then bring it back to the same place I got the jack from. Let me at 'em.
All right, fans, and welcome back to the second installment of the Clark Sheffield Show. I'm sure that both of you are wondering why I'm wearing this fantastic Spider-Man mask. So I'll tell you. Actually, there are 3 reasons. A, the mask came with my copy of Spider-Man 3 and is far too dope to just leave it sitting on the floor of my bedroom. 2, I wanted to protect my identity from the legions of my rabid fans and my even more rabid detractors. And D, I didn't want you to be able to see my eyes clearly tracking the cue cards in front of me, which would just add to the blatant amateurism of this whole production. So let's quit dicking around and get straight to it. So my first topic tonight, Barry Bonds apparently has said that he will boycott the Hall of Fame if his record home run ball had an asterisk on it. Now, while I do believe that Barry Lamar is a Class 1 a-hole, I actually think this is a pretty shrewd move on his part. I mean, he knows damn well that his induction is far from assured, and so he's pretty much preempted any future vote. Basically, he quit on a Hall of Fame before they could fire him by coming out and saying that he wants no part of his own induction if his record-breaking home run ball has the asterisk on it. He's taken some of the power out of the voters' hands, and I, for one, am somewhat disappointed in thinking that he might not make it. I was actually really looking forward to seeing how big that bronze bust would be. I mean, he's already got a huge grate, but just think about how enormous that thing's going to be in 5 or 6 more years. It'd be the height of hilarity, and I, for one, want to see it happen. But on to other things. Joe Torre has signed on with the Dodgers to become their new manager. Now, the real question here is, will his East Coast cachet somehow make the Dodgers relevant again, or will the inherent lack of interest over there on the left coast be enough to just drive him completely out of the upper level of sports consciousness? I'm leaning towards the latter. Now, in a sense, with the Mets, the Cards, and the Braves, Torre's only won 1 division title, and that was in 1982, and then suddenly he becomes a genius as the manager of the Yankees. Now, I doubt he'll be able to do much with the underachieving bunch of aging losers that they've got in L.A., because the talent level, the media buzz, etc., is nowhere near what he's used to out there in the Bronx. I mean, when your manager is the biggest name on your ball club, you've got issues. And moving on, Martina Hingis has retired after an allegation of a positive cocaine test. So you claim to have never taken drugs in your life, and yet you retire after an alleged positive test. This is like Orenthal James hiding in the back of the white Bronco while AC takes off down the freeway. And I mean, Hingis tried to come out with some statement about not being able to perform at an elite level under the influence of drugs. I mean, come on. Look at LT terrorizing offenses in the 80s. Look at Doc Gooden and Darryl Strawberry with the Mets early in their careers. And look at Jim Varney in the Ernest movies. I mean, come on. I would argue that not only does the cocaina not impair your athletic performance, but then in some cases it probably enhances it. I mean, I would definitely be willing to bet that the white lines on the tennis court aren't the only one Martina's familiar with. I mean, if it walks like a coke fiend, and it quacks like a coke fiend, and it snorts rails like a coke fiend, it's probably a coke fiend. And again, Steven Jackson got a little bit of ink in the offseason. I'm not talking about in the presses. When he arrived at Warriors camp this preseason, Jack was sporting a large tattoo on his chest that depicts hands clasped together in prayer in front of a church. Not out of the ordinary, right? Well, that's before you take into account the fact that the hands are also holding a gun. I'm almost at a loss for words when I read this. I was like, wait, what? Praying hands in front of a church with a gun? Jack claims that the tat is expressing his prayers that he'll never have to use the gun again. Well, if that's the case, why didn't he get a tattoo of a 3-fingered midget running a dude over with a car in a strip club parking lot? I mean, come on. Let's follow the progression of Jack's career. Let's see. Refused to re-sign with perennial championship contender in San Antonio in order to be the man in the ATL. Underperform for the Hawks and get traded to Indiana. Climb into the stands in Detroit and start throwing haymakers at unemployed auto plant workers. Fire a gun into the air outside a seedy Indianapolis strip club at 3 a.m. Get traded to Golden State after the entire city of Indianapolis calls for your head. Get named team captain of the Warriors. Huh? Wait, what? Something doesn't make sense there. I need to find a career where I can do and say all the wrong things and then continually be rewarded for it. I mean, hell, if the scrub sports thing takes off, maybe I will have found it. Well, I know it's been short, but that is it for now. Join me next time as I take on more of the topics in sports that piss me off. And until then, this is Clark Sheffield reminding you that a good sense of humor is only a six-pack away.
Yeah. Think the niggas ready for this, Niggas ain't ready for this, 1, 2, what you wanna do?